I want to be sitting on my porch, looking out with my husband, talking to my grandchildren about the time that I broke my toe because I was running away from a security guard on a drunken night. Or I want to tell them about a time that I decided to take 2 months off of work and explore Thailand because I needed to get back in touch with my heritage. Those are the moments I want to be sharing. I don't want to be sharing the regrets. Hey there, besties, and welcome to our cozy corner of the podcasting world. It's time for another episode of Share a Latte. I'm Min, your virtual coffee bestie and host. Imagine us in a cozy cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee in the air, and ready to embark on an inspiring journey. In each episode, remarkable women share their stories of triumphs over life's challenges, providing a warm embrace for your soul. These tales remind you of resilience and determination are keys to success. So grab your favorite brew, get comfy, and join us for the conversation that will awaken your mind and heart. You'll discover your own power to turn tough times into incredible strengths. The Share a Latte podcast sprinkles hope and courage and the belief that you can not only handle, but thrive into your day. All right, besties, let's embrace those tales of triumph and get ready for another awesome episode of Share a Latte. Hey there, latte besties, and welcome back to another episode of Share a Latte, the podcast where we come together over a virtual latte to listen to amazing stories of women who've overcome life's challenges. I'm your host, Min Sukree, and every Thursday I'm serving up not just coffee, but a generous pour of life's wisdoms. I'll be sharing stories from my personal journey and hoping they resonate with yours. Life, guys, is so fleeting and it's such a precious gift. And often we go unnoticing it until it's too late. In the hustle and bustle of our daily routines, we often find ourselves caught up in the relentless pursuit of success, money, and material possessions. We dedicate our time and energy into careers, leaving us with little or no time to focus on what truly matters, our relationships with our families and friends, and the simple pleasures that make life beautiful. Matthew Perry's passing honestly served as a reminder to me that we need to enjoy more and cherish more of those beautiful moments that happen in our lives, no matter what. Pour yourself a cup, settle in, and let's dive into the art of enjoying a beautiful life. Honestly, I feel like there are some days where we are just focused on the perpetual state of being in a rush, like constantly moving our goalposts, prioritizing work and deadlines and financial success, sometimes at the expense of the most vital elements in our lives. The pressure of constantly achieving more can make us lose sight of what truly matters. We're so immersed in this fast lane that we create for ourselves, we forget to pause and reflect on how fragile our lives are. In that relentless pursuit of wealth and success, we find ourselves neglecting family gatherings, postponing plans, and missing out on all those simple little pleasures. Honestly, think about it for a second. Bestie, when was the last time you stopped and literally smelled flowers? I spend every Saturday running errands. I make a list for myself of like the 5 places I need to go. And I cherish the moment that I'm done running errands on Saturday so I can get home, cook dinner, and just sit in front of the TV. But my favorite parts of my Saturday are literally walking through the floral department of my local grocery store. And I love this so much because it reminds me how beautiful life is. I see the beautiful imperfect flowers. I think of how much I'm taking care of myself. And in those moments, I remember how gorgeous life is. Remember that life is fleeting and it's essential to slow down and enjoy that ride and smell the flowers. Matthew Perry, who left this earth a little too early, leaving us all a little shocked and reminding us as to how unpredictable our lives are. When you look back on your life, it's not going to be the achievements or the wealth that you will cherish, but instead the quality time you spent with loved ones and experiences that enriched your life. Time is a finite resource, and we must honestly cherish it and allocate it so wisely to make sure that we're getting the most out of this beautiful life that we're granted. This past weekend, I had to go to Best Buy and get my son a new cell phone because he lost his. And honestly, as I was standing in Best Buy, I was getting more and more annoyed at the fact that I was standing there having to deal with this whole cell phone situation. And I took a step back for a second and remembered there might come a day where I don't get to do this, or he doesn't get to spend time with me. Now, was this quality time? Absolutely not. I would have much rather spent time eating and cooking with him or playing Xbox together. But the reality is that we still got to spend time together, and I still get to live in this world where it is possible. Spending quality time with family and friends fosters deep and meaningful connections. It creates memories that will forever live in our hearts. Rather than enslaving us to our careers, we can invest in relationships and create a life filled with love, laughter, and joy. I don't want to live in a world where I regret something. I don't want to live in a world where I regret prioritizing my work, my business, over my family and friends. When we prioritize work over relationships and experiences, we risk looking back and wishing we had made different choices. I don't want to regret those moments when I'm sitting back on my porch with my grandchildren and telling them about the time that I wrote an email for a client. That doesn't sound like fun to me. I want to be sitting on my porch, looking out with my husband, talking to my grandchildren about the time that I broke my toe because I was running away from a security guard on a drunken night. Or I want to tell them about a time that I decided to take 2 months off of work and explore Thailand because I needed to get back in touch with my heritage. Those are the moments I want to be sharing. I don't want to be sharing the regrets that I didn't get to go to my daughter's wedding, or that my son and I just didn't spend enough time together because I was so focused on moving my goalpost and making more money or possessing that beautiful car. Regret can be a painful and unrelentless companion, haunting us with thoughts of, what if? I really want to try to avoid this and seize more of my day and prioritize the things that truly matter to me. And I hope that you do the same. The key to embracing life's fleeting moments is to fully be present in the here and now. Many of us spend our lives worrying about the future and dwelling on the past. We fail to appreciate the beauty and richness of the present moment. You know what my favorite thing to do on a Saturday after I've done my errands is coming home and opening the thing of flowers that I've just bought. And I do this mostly because I love fresh cut flowers, but I also do this because the 10 minutes that I'm spent in front of my kitchen sink cutting flowers and putting them in a beautiful vase to sit beside my bedside table is honestly so relaxing and so beautiful. And I love it. Honestly, one of my favorite rituals on the weekend. It keeps me in the moment. It reminds me how beautiful life is. And it reminds me that I am allowed moments of peace. The other moments that I love on my weekends is when I get to see my kids at brunch or dinner. Now, both my kids work shift work, so it's a lot harder. But when I pick my daughter up sometimes, or I take her to work on a Saturday morning and we grab Starbucks on our way there, and we talk about what her week is like or how crazy her job is right now, those are some of my favorite moments and times. We were sitting in the car after I picked up my son and we got his cell phone situated. My daughter was sitting in the car with us and we were talking about his paycheck. And congratulations to my son because he got a really amazing paycheck and a huge pay bump at his job. But the reality is, when I looked at the hours, he had done insane hours at his job. I honestly looked at him and I was like, you don't have to work this much. You can enjoy life. And he was like, Mom, I might as well. Like, what else am I going to do? Buddy, live, see your friends, read a book, spend time with your mama. I think of all those times that I worked so much and I didn't get to see those little moments with my kids. I had kids really, really young, so I didn't get to see my daughter's first steps. And I will forever to this day regret that so much. And now as I watch her grow up into the woman that she is, I honestly am so grateful that I got to be a part of that. And I'm honestly more grateful every single day just to be here and now with her in this beautiful world that we've created together. When I think about my success, I think about the people who will stand beside me. My children obviously being right beside me. And when I think of those moments, I honestly think, will I be happy? Because life is so fleeting, and how much of that time do I trade in to reach the next milestone of my business or to figure out a new path to make more money or put that beautiful car on my vision board? I tell myself often I'm doing all of this and it'll all be worth it, but at what point will it be worth it? Because I don't want to look back on my life when I'm sitting at the Golden Gates with my dad beside me and him telling me, baby girl, I wish you took a step back for a second and just enjoyed the time with your kids. Or I wish you didn't work so hard because it didn't have to be this hard for you. Because you could have spent more time with family. I don't know what this next few months holds for me. And truthfully, towards the end of 2023, I really hope that my business soars. I want to spend more time enjoying the beautiful moments that this life has to offer. And I hope this episode reminds you that you're allowed to enjoy more of those beautiful moments that life has to offer. You're allowed to sit back and devour that romance book for an afternoon. You're allowed to spend time with your girlfriends and drink tons of mimosas at brunch. You're also allowed to spend as much time with family and friends as you want to. You're allowed to take that small chunk of savings and go on that dream trip. Because besties, tomorrow isn't a guarantee. And I want you to have tomorrow. This is Min signing off and toasting to that beautiful life and making the most of the moments that we've all been given. If today's episode warmed your heart, please hit that subscribe button and join me on future journeys. Enjoyed the chat today? Your thoughts and feedback mean the world to me, and they really help others find the magic in Share a Latte. Every story enriches our journey. Remember, you can turn your trials into triumphs and your scars into stars. Keep believing and keep chasing those dreams. This is Min taking her last sip from the Share a Latte podcast, where life happens and coffee helps.